attention.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the psychedelic toad of the Sonoran Desert. That sounds like a song, like a really like bad garage band. Okay. It is called that. It's called. Well, this is not gonna be our frog. Okay. Well, not because I made this. Okay. This is his name. And it's this frog that lives in the desert, and it has like these like glands all over its skin. And I don't have a picture of the frog, but do you want to look up a picture of the frog?
Yeah, I thought that was it.
I'll explain while he looks it up. It's just called that. It has these glands on its arms and everything, and his legs and stuff. Like that, like they're just little like pores kind of. And they produce this milky white venom, and it is actually it's actually like, oh, where's it at? Okay. The venom contains peculiar and constant spectrum of biogenic amines, and as much as 15% of it by dry weight is 5-methoxy and dimethyltryptamine, which is 5-MeO-DMT, and that's a hallucinogen, like a really powerful psychedelic. And
Whoa, now we can't see
I can't
anything.
even see anything now. That's the frog, and it's so fat and like.
Hey, you're not going to be able to see her, Teal, with the lights off.
What's that thing
yeah.
next to its eye?
What? Well, it's like I don't know if that's one of the pores, but I know they're like right here along the sides of, like right here, those little wart blister looking things. Like if you squeeze those and you just hold them, like you can, they're nocturnal, and so if you go out at night with these like cloth catching basket things, and you can just like catch them, and you can extract it while they're alive.
Oh god.
And you just like squeeze.
Extracts the.
You just squeeze the frog onto this, like you hold it above a glass plate, and you just squeeze it, and like the venom pours out, and like it doesn't hurt it, but it takes it. Like if you extract all of it from it, which like any frog can contain like a wide variety of doses, but it like if you squeeze it and then you let it like harden kind of and just dry, then you just like cut it with a razor, and it's just like dried like crystals kind of. And oh yeah.
No, the
And
hallucinogen.
that's what the frog looks like.
You're extracting.
And that's kind of what it looks like too, but more realistic. And then the breeding season is here. I can just put all my little facts up here about bee owlbears. It's nocturnal.
Corey, I have a question.
What? Yes.
They cut the venom or the frog?
No, you don't cut the frog. You don't hit the frog. You don't have to hurt it, but you just like those little pores. Did you see how they were all like fat and just like squishy and gross looking? Like you just squeeze them, and it like it's like popping a zit, I guess, kind of. It's really gross, but like you squeeze it and like no. I mean, yeah, I'd love to go out in the desert and catch some freaking frogs.
They're in the desert?
Yeah, they're in the. I'll explain that. The Sonoran Desert is in southeast California, and it's across the southern half of Arizona, and it extends to Sonora, Mexico, and it's like up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit in shade, and as little as 5 inches rainfall a year. So that's why they're nocturnal, and they stay underground all the time because it's so hot. But at dusk, they leave their little like hidden spots, and they congregate in like swamps and stuff, and they like chill together. And then that's where you can catch them, is at those like swamps that they gather at night. And then their breeding season is from May to July, and that's their largest period of activity. And You can identify it because it's the largest native North American species of toad. That's a fun fact. And it requires a minimum of 3 inches for sexual maturity. And it has like a flat, broad head. So I guess not like that. Well, kind of like that. And it has orange warts all over it. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like a
orange
mushroom.
marker.
There's an orange marker.
It's kind of cool. Like
Yeah,
if
erase
you
the
look
black
at
one.
what
Erase the black
I
one.
could just fill them in.
No.
Why?
Boo.
Here. Is this good enough for you? Is this good? That's how that guy was. It was crazy.
As she's taking a bite.
What?
Why do they look black now?
Cause there was black around them. So now they're just ugly brown. The glands, wait, no, they can change. Those can change from dark brown to olive, so that's actually kind of close because they can change color. And the most identifying characteristic is the large glands, because they're just gross and they're like massive and bare. And so if you saw this frog, you'd probably know, like, that's a trippy frog. The glands have, they're like kidney-shaped parotid glands. Do you know what that means? You know what parotid means? I don't know what parotid means. They're on the outside of your hind leg. And I already explained the venom. And I drew remember the thing I was drawing yesterday and you guys were like, no chemistry. Well, this is fun chemistry. So just get excited. But I'm just going to draw everything.
I feel like you need a microphone.
You know, that would help. Then. Can you guys even hear me this whole time?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh.
We can hear you.
Yeah, Ashley just can't hear you over the munching of her food.
Munching? I understand the munching.
Okay.
Just.
We know you understand.
Everybody understands hunger. Silly goose. I honestly, I'm not in chemistry. I don't know chemistry, but I mean Google knows what it's talking about. I think, and that's what Google gave me.
What's that?
This is the, what would you call it?
Honeycomb?
Is it the molecule? Okay, this is the molecule of, I didn't even finish what I was saying. Dude, I'm so ADD half the time, I swear. Okay, no, this is the molecule of the 5-MeO-DMT. And the difference between 5-MeO-DMT and DMT is that, which 5-MeO-DMT is what the frog has in those little pores, it's venom. The difference is that the 5-MeO makes it like more potent, and because it's from the frog, it's like straight from the frog and it's directly, so it's like really intense. And do you guys know what DMT is in the first place?
No.
No? Okay, no one does.
It's like acid.
It's, well, yeah, I mean it produces like the hallucinogenic effects of that LSD does, but it's more like, it's only like 10 minutes long, but it's so powerful that it feels like it's like you just were gone for years and
What's
you're
this
back.
LSD do?
LSD is like,
I know what it is.
I mean it's not like you see stuff like, I don't know, like, I mean that's how you can kind of tell that someone doesn't really know if they're like, oh, like this little gremlin jumped out, like that probably didn't happen at all. But just like, it just makes you think and like feel enlightened and like euphoric and just like you're just clear and like understand. I don't know. Like your thoughts are really clear. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a hallucinogen and they're all kind of the same except DMT is more like stuff is there that's not really there. But like all the other things like LSD and psychedelics like that, and like research chemicals, like those don't do that. But like on DMT, you'd be like walking up this staircase and you're like in heaven and you're like, not like cheesy, but like literally like you just walk up and I don't even know.
What if you're on a bad trip?
If you're on a bad trip, oh well then
You're
it's
walking
like,
down the hill.
you're
Right
walking
down
into
Hell doesn't have it.
like you're walking into your death and you don't know what's gonna happen, you can't understand it, and like you don't know if you're ever gonna come down, you don't know if it's ever gonna stop. But it's really only 10 minutes, but you feel like you were there for like years and you're like,
It's wiser.
yeah, I mean it really does, like, I don't know, like this frog is super freaking cool because like it holds all of that. Like imagine how much power this frog has. Like if you were to do all of that in those little pores, like your mind would just, like it would expand so much and it would just like, I don't know, like it completely is just an ego like deflator, like you're so selfless and like this frog has all that power to do that to people. Like I think that's the coolest thing, cause like no one else has that power to just make you think like that. A frog like that? Heck
Does it
yeah, we're
regrow
fine.
that venom?
Yeah, it takes up to a couple weeks, like 6 to 12 weeks, once you extract all of it. But I mean, you could just like take like
Cool.
one little pour, but only like
Take a dab.
it's
Take a
like
dab and wait.
just take a dab. As much as 15% of it by dry weight is the 5-MeO-DMT, and it's psychoactive in man at doses of 3 to 5 milligrams, and which is just a fun fact, I guess.
Hey, will you move that microphone down?
Yeah. Have you been able to see this microphone the whole time?
Yep.
And not me?
No, I can still see you, but the microphone was kind of in the middle of your face.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
There's so much on these papers, but there's so little on here. Do you get, like, did you, ask me?
I understand it.
What, are you shaking your head?
Why is it named that?
Why is it named what?
The B word.
The B. alvarius?
Yeah.
I really
I
thought that was just
the name you gave to your frog.
No, it's just, no, it's the guy that, I think it's like the guy that discovered it. I think it was probably named after that or something.
So, what's the name of the frog? Is it psychedelic toad or B.
No,
alvarius?
that was just like, that's the title of today.
Oh, okay.
And this is the title of the frog.
Gotcha.
And, that's the frog and that's what it, like, this, all right here is in this little pore. And that, from this, would make your mind do this.
Blow up. Make a palm tree. Right in the kids.
Explode.
That's a,
Something relative,
Course.
relevant, something like that.
Alright,
probably-
before we kind of wrap us up, so.
All right.
You can, that out.
Well, this is B. alvarius.
Alright, everybody go ahead.